Hi.
To Super Posh, Nudie Rufus. And to the forthcoming naked in a car, doing it with a bloke with a gear stick upper. I don't know how to finish that sentence in a clean way, with her parents in another car and Adam and the ants as well. Thank you, Sammy. We'll be back next week. We'll leave you with Lemonheads and the Outdoor Type, summarising very much my feelings about festival season and going out in wet weather. See you next week.
BBC Six Music.
Paul Weller and the Style Council, Walls Come Tumbling Down from 1985. It's the Steve Show, BBC Six Music, with me, Steve Merchant. I saw Paul Weller walking down Oxford Street the other day, and I felt like saying to him, tell you what, mate, why not spend more time on your songwriting and less time on your hair? Because it does seem to me now that he's worried awfully about his grooming. He's not writing the tunes. And I didn't obviously say it, I just walked on by and did one of those kind of double takes, as people often do when they walk past me. That's more because I'm a giant freak of a man, of course, and less to do with my occasional TV appearances. Thanks very much indeed for tuning in. You are very lucky because I have with me two of my colleagues who will be here to chit-chat and whatnot throughout the course of the day. We got Dan in the far corner there. He's not been around for a while.
Well, I was here last week, Steve. You've evidently forgotten that.
I have. You made little impression, to be honest. Yeah. And of course, you are a very, very teeny man.
A little impression,
lest we forget. And so it's very difficult to even notice you in the studio.
Yeah, thanks.
I was wondering if I might start calling you Titch.
Yeah?
Is that alright? Just because as I saw you walking along behind me earlier, I was obviously bounding along the street. You were sort of struggling along with my bags.
Yeah.
And I just had the urge to call you Titch.
Yeah.
Hey, Titch! And I imagine you're like me, you probably wanted a nickname all your life.
Yeah, I'd rather you didn't, obviously, because it's demeaning and bullying. However, I know that I'm onto a good thing and that I should keep on your side, so
sure.
Titch it is.
Alright, excellent. Well, next to Titch is Sammy. She's from the north, but that's not the most interesting thing about her. There are so many fascinating things about her that we couldn't even begin to scrape the surface. Are you well, Sammy?
I'm quite alright, yes. I've got a very sore foot because I'm wearing inappropriate shoes and I had to walk up the street with no shoes on, barefoot, and people did think I was a tramp.
Oh, goodness me, I'm very nervous about walking anywhere with barefoot. Did you stand on any needles or homeless people?
No, but I missed a dead wasp by millimetres, and that could have gone right through, and I don't even want to think about it. Even dead wasps strike the fear of God into me.
I don't think that this show is going to get any more exciting or dramatic now that you've topped yourself already. We just played the Style Council, obviously, with Paul Weller, and I was looking around for information, and I don't know if you've seen this. It's an advert that you can find in the magazines and on the web. It says, The Police, Genesis, Crowded House, James, all reforming for 2007, and now Britain's most cherished band, The Jam! Bruce Foxton, Rick Buckler. Hang on. There's a name there, conspicuous by its absence. Let's just read that again, in very, very tiny small print. Now Britain's most cherished band, from The Jam! Bruce Foxton, Rick Buckler, and there you can see that The Jam have reformed, or should I say from The Jam, which is basically like saying, not The Jam! Performing tonight at Shepherd's Bush Arena, not The Jam! Can we make that writing just as small as possible, as humanly possible, so the eye can barely see it? And it says, Bruce Foxton, the bass guitarist and occasional vocalist, says, the traditional thing in the music business is to record an album and then tour it, and we decided to perform The Jam's greatest hits, Going Underground, Town Called Malaise, Down in the Tube Station at Midnight, plus some of my own songs. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be calling out for them. And Rick Buckler says, Paul Weller has a fantastic solo career and is one of the UK's most talented songwriters. Paul is always welcome to join us for the reunion. I bet he is. I bet he is. But if you go along, apparently I think it's been selling very well, and so if you have gone along to see from The Jam, then let us know, 64046, stephen.sixmusic@bbc.co.uk. Is it everything that you'd hoped it would be? Coming up later on the show, we have Eddie Argos, frontman and songwriter for Art Brut, and this is one of their earlier tunes, Moving to LA. Art Brut and Moving to LA. It just tickled me, that. And as I say, Eddie Argos from the band will hopefully be joining us later just to talk and play some of his favourite tunes. It's a Steve Show, BBC Six Music, with me, Stephen Merchant, and as I say, little Dan, tiny little Titch, and Sammy as well. Sammy, what's the most interesting thing that's occurred to you this last 7 days?
I'll be honest with you, I've had a really miserable week, and it's been one of those ones where you just find yourself crying, and not for no reason at all, because your life is bad, and I'm sick of people saying, why are you crying for no reason? And you go, hang on, it's not no reason. I wouldn't needlessly cry. Anyway, cars breaking. My car broke down, and but on Friday is my act of good kindness and niceness day. So
really? So you pay it forward on a Friday?
Yeah, it's a random act of kindness. It's been something I've been doing for a while. And I was in a pizza shop near where I live, and I had a buy one get one free voucher.
Clever.
And there was a family in front of me, and I thought, look, you have this. It's going to halve the price of your meal. You know, that's fine. That's my gift from me just being a nice stranger. And the family were together, and the dad turned around and went, oh, cheers, that's great, thanks very much. And the woman, the mother, stared me down.
Oh, what?
And it was literally a split second stopping me from going, do you know what, I'm taking it back.
And just tearing it up in front of the children's eyes.
Exactly. I
Why?
just thought, you heartless... Oh, I'm not going to say what I thought, but it made me so angry I had to leave and sit in my car.
What, did you cry?
No, I didn't. I just got very angry.
What, I mean, you can be honest with us now, was there a little bit of flirting with the husband?
There was no flirting. I think maybe she read it as flirting because I was being friendly.
Sure.
I was offering her husband a free pizza.
Yeah.
Maybe in that house that equals love.
You see, I imagine in the north, that is a date, right there. You offer someone a 2-for-1 voucher and say, come with me, and we get pizza, and neither of us are really paying full price.
Maybe.
You're as good as married.
It could have been their reconciliation meal after he ran off with a pizza girl.
Exactly. Who knows what terrible backstory there was in that life? You could have riven that family apart, and those children now might be homeless. What have you done with your random act of thoughtless kindness? That's the problem you see in the modern world. You've got to be very careful. You could offer a smile to someone on the tube, and they could.
I've tried that.
Exactly. Yeah, you see, you're now
People down here. I'll not go into that, but yes, I once had a nosebleed in central London. Not a single person for like a 2.5 mile walk offered me a hanky. If I'd have been in Newcastle, I'd have been snowed under.
Really?
Sorry, I don't tend to rant. I'll take it all back. I'm a lovely, sweet person.
So you're no longer going to bother with your Friday act of kindness?
I don't know. I do feel...
You've already done a lot of harm.
But I do feel like maybe it's because I didn't take it back and I was super nice when she left. I hope you enjoy your pizza. Stared down again. But I thought maybe I get extra karma points for that, for not being nasty to her and for trying extra hard.
Sure.
So that might, wipe off the parking fine, the karma points.
Who's in charge of karma points?
The
karma police? Oh, come on,
Nice one.
but that's like so Six Music specific. It's brilliant. Dan, what about yourself? Have you had a suitably interesting week? Because you're a man who never does anything for anyone. I mean,
No.
you would never have encountered that problem.
No. Well, the good thing is, if you don't do anything good for anyone, you can't complain when it all goes horribly wrong, because you're not a nice person. You know?
Sure.
But I think you should give it one more week, Sammy. One more week of niceness.
Just one more?
And then, if it goes wrong again, flip it. Make it Evil Friday.
Right, it's like cutting people.
Yeah, just a random slash.
A random
think that's
stabbing on a
crime.
Friday.
Yeah, I suppose it is technically crime. This week, it doesn't sound very interesting, but I watched a Serbian wedding video ahead of Best Man duties next week.
Right.
And it's different. It's pretty different, yeah. It's not your sort of stand to the right of the groom and hand over some rings and that's it. There's a lot of walking around and ribbons and everything happening 3 times. But crucially, I've got to handle 2 enormous candles.
Right.
And I have to be wedged sort of behind the bride. But as you will know, Steve, I've spent, quite a lot on a new suit.
Yeah.
And I've got to stand for 40... Yeah, it's quite a lot for me, that. But Asda, thank you very much. You have to stand... Now, these candles are enormous. 40 minutes, motionless. If the wax strips forward, it's going to land on the back of the bride's train, possibly igniting her.
Yeah.
But if I angle the candles backwards, they're going to go on the new suit. What am I going to do?
Well, angle it towards her. She's only going to wear it once.
Yeah, but what if I set fire to her?
3 words. You've been framed. All right. That'll pay for that
250
suit.
Yeah, and
pay for
then
that suit. Some. Each week we play a tune that we're adding to our compilation Songs by Which to Seduce the Ladies. And I'm adding this one by a singer-songwriter called Freddie Stevenson, If You Don't Kiss Me. From an album called Body on the Line that was released last year, that's Freddie Stevenson and If You Don't Kiss Me, which I find a very catchy and likeable tune, and I'm just waiting for it to be used on an advert and then be released as a single and become a hit and be played endlessly on daytime radio until we're all sick of it and Freddie has no other success. So let's keep our eyes seeing if that's going to happen there.
That's
maybe
a bit like that is a bit like a relationship, isn't it? You know, right now, this is the exciting,
Exactly, the early stages.
and eventually just get sick of it.
Yeah, tired and tears.
Annoying the
Sammy S.
public.
Tears. Yeah, annoying the public. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are listening, if you're not, that's a pointless sentence. And you may recall some time ago that in our search for a she-J, who has since become known to the nation as Sammy, I say the nation, but optimistic, but to you, listener, as Sammy, then you may recall that we launched that search by enlisting the help, I say help, Not really. She just was there to fill up a few hours of the radio show. It was Kirsten O'Brien, who's a children's television presenter and occasional friend of mine, and I welcome her back today because for several reasons. A round of applause for Steve Wright as well. Yeah, for several reasons really I've invited you back. One, to meet Sammy,
I'm very excited that you went for a northeasterner.
Are you?
Deep joy, yeah.
All right, so
it sounds lovely on the radio, doesn't it?
It's great, isn't it? It's nice to have a bit of regionalism.
Yeah.
I'm ticking a number of BBC boxes as well, so we get a little bit of extra cash. But maybe you'd like to meet now.
I know, it's very nice to meet you. I like your hair. This is how girls talk.
I know, I'm intrigued to see how this is going to play out, because I imagine you're just assessing each other right now. There's a certain...
Sizing each other up.
Well, she's been in the studio a couple of minutes, so we have already looked each other up and down, assessed the outfits, worked out where everything's bought from, and...
I've stroked your hair.
Yeah, that's happened.
Right, and the stroking of the hair is seemingly a gesture of kind of intimacy and
She was
good
repelled,
nature.
she did leap back.
Right,
but
right.
I just wanted to touch you.
From this early meeting, this early encounter here, do you feel that you're getting on all right? Because I said there's a certain frostiness, if truth be told. I mean, I don't know how I can cut through that, but I just get a sense that you're not quite taken to each other.
Yeah, it's a territory thing, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Because you're obviously friends with me, and you're very protective of me, and you've got a sort of...
I've had you stolen away.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, probably a gig I would have quite liked to have done on
A
the
gig
radio
you'd have liked.
as well,
Sammy,
so
of course, younger than you. She's got
double
all her life
losing.
still to look forward to.
better looking.
Got better looking,
Bigger
clearly.
breasts.
Right, so whereas
yeah.
you feel sort of solid.
I actually believe that that's the pouchiness of the top and not the accurateness of the breast
See,
side.
once again,
Just put
lovely
that
there,
one out
Sammy.
there.
They're trying to make you feel better, but I can assure you that's not the case,
true.
Sammy. It's not.
How can you assure them?
Because you've shown me yarn many times. Against my will, I should point out, in bars, in taxi cabs, funerals, and anything to liven up a dull event.
Yeah.
And she struck back there, nice. So anyway, that's gone well. You're happy with the choice.
I am actually, yes.
That's very good.
Deeply.
Thank you. And but more importantly, you are not just a pretty face on children's television.
Right.
And for those of you people listening who don't perhaps put the name to the face or the voice to the face straight away, can you describe who you are and what you've done that you might have enjoyed?
Do you know, I once had to do a radio interview where they said the DJ doesn't know who you are, we're going to give him questions and he'll guess, and it got to the point where I was going, I'm Kirsten O'Brien, who's smart on CBBC, and he's going, nope, still don't know who you are.
Right.
So, I always worry at that question.
Because you were on Through the Keyhole.
Yes.
Your house was in Through the Keyhole. Did they get you?
They did.
Because I wouldn't have got you, and I've been to your house, and I'm a friend.
No, they did get me, and I'm ashamed because my house was a load of crud, and they got me, and they didn't get Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
Ooh.
I know, but it was Shauna Lowry. Remember Shauna Lowry with the ginger
Red
hair?
hair, yeah.
Yeah, she went, it's not Kirsten from Children's BBC, is it?
Wow. Is she a friend of yours? You texted her just before the show, hadn't you?
No, they got great lengths to keep you apart.
Oh, do they?
If you need the loo, it's a military operation of clearing corridors and making sure guests don't meet and everything.
Is it still hosted by David Frost?
I don't know, I did it several years ago.
Oh, because I went
Not a
down.
fan.
I went. You don't tune in every night. I went to Live 8 all those years ago, and sat there in the front, right by where all the photographers are. David Frost listening to Snoop Dogg. It was one of the most incongruous things I've ever seen. It's fantastic. That was a week that was. There's a topical reference for people who are 80. So anyway, so you are a television children's presenter,
Yes.
which therefore leads us on to your forthcoming.
I've done kids telly for 11 years. I'm wearing well. No one has agreed. I'll move on. And now I'm doing the show at Edinburgh, Confessions of a Children's TV Presenter at the festival. Why are you pointing at me? Because I'm pointing back.
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about that after we've heard a tune that you've brought in for us.
Okay, let's just point at each other whilst
Yes.
I say my choice is a bit of Billy Bragg.
Let's hear it. Billy Bragg, Levi Stubbs' Tears, the choice of one of my other guests today, Kirsten O'Brien, TV presenter and forthcoming Edinburgh Virgin. Is that right? You've not done an Edinburgh show
I've
before?
not done a one-woman show
Okay.
before, and it's actually your fault that I've ended up in this situation.
Many things are, I know, and
It was you earlier in the